What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? Some girl in my high school science class claimed to have a 213 IQ. She must have confused it with her SAT score. A girl said she didn't drink water because it dehydrates you. She would only drink sports drinks. Braunda the thirst mutilator. It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave. Why do plants crave it? Because it has electrolytes. Flat Earth. Nothing more. I've never actually met one in real life. You're lucky. There's a popular meme on Reddit that fear trolls or don't really exist IRL. But sadly that hasn't been my experience. Oh man. Oh geez. There's just so many. Here's a few. I work as a nurse. So I'm sorry. These are all medical related. 1. A guy telling his son that they gave his wife something for the nausea, but not the vomiting. It's the same medicine. 2. A patient's mother telling me that Hershey Medical Center didn't know what they were talking about. Her boy's kidneys were just fine. And that the cure for diabetes is being hidden at Area 51. Her boy died because she kept giving him potassium pills he couldn't have because of his kidneys, which caused a heart attack. 3. Numerous patients' families who tell me their loved ones have ammonia of the lungs. Pneumonia. You correct them, and they still say it wrong. 4. Someone told me they didn't eat any sugar, so there was no reason why their blood sugar was in the 200s. They had eaten mashed potatoes with gravy. Potatoes being a complex carb and gravy having flour in it means yes, you ate a complex sugar. And yes, your blood sugar is going to go up. 5. The one who argued with me and didn't believe that cold sores were a type of herpes and that you could transmit one from the lips to the genitals and vice versa. 6. The guy who completely insulted the prior nurse who cared for him. Told him he had salmonella. He did, which caused him to have to take time off work, which he got wrote up for. I was the prior nurse and pointed that out. He continued to insist it wasn't me because she had short hair. Amazingly, it grows out after 2 years. Number 2 is not dumb. It's just plain murder. Why not both? Please tell me they went to prison for negligent homicide. No. Sadly, while it's criminal stupidity, the small mountain town wouldn't have pressed charges against one of their own unless it was more stabby. Hotheads in high school arguing that the moon and the sun are/aren't the same thing. It's just not as bright because it's night man. 2 good friends who actually got visibly upset at each other because of the argument which ensued. Ha ha ha. Sounds like people I partied with back in the day. Guy didn't wanna get a DNA test for his alleged kid. He didn't see the kid more than a couple of times in its first year and was going to be paying child support for the next 18 or whatever years. Said it was too late. The DNA would have mixed already and there would be no way to tell. When told that's not how it worked, he said, it's just a waste of time getting the test anyhow. Apostrophe. That child is better off. Very likely. I work construction and had a kid fresh out of high school argue with me that nobody knows how many feet are in a mile. 5. 280. Gets pounded into your head in high school physics. This woman was berating my gay friend with homophobic remarks, and then when word circulated back to her job, she claimed her cracked phone was typing it all up itself. Don't you hate it when your phone cracks and you wake up the next day and find out your nudes got sent to your boss and you send 200 racist texts to your coworker? Always a laugh, am I right? Can relate. Girl. Hey, I think I'm going commando. Me. Why are you telling me this? Girl. You're my friend. Me. I don't want to know about the presence or absence of your underwear. Girl. Oh. I though it meant joining the military. I had a similar thing happen, only she did not mean that she was joining the military. A chick I met from Idaho refused to do anal because her father told her that that's how black babies are made. She probably just really didn't want a dick in her poop chute, so she figures the best way to turn you off is to just say the absolute stupidest thing she can conjure up with only a second to spare. Did it work? Haven't you ever met a girl from Idaho? Pretty much Napoleon Dynamite. Girl in high school called me a liar because I said I was going on a fishing trip. She said everyone knows fish die in the winter, you don't have to lie. Some guy at Denver Zoo when referring to the horn of a rhino. So is it made of wood or something? Yes. Same as your brain. Apostrophe. What brain? This was a post I saw on Reddit, but this guy's mom was pressuring him to go vote, so he did. And his mom gave him a note saying that these are the people you need to vote for. But he was like, what's the point of voting if I can't vote for who I believe in? And his mom won't talk to him anymore. And she is just being an asshole. I've got a lot of dumb things said at the vet I work. My dog is allergic to isoflurane, so if I find a hypnotist, will you do the surgery? Lavender will stop my dog getting pregnant. She was wrong twice and now has incest puppies. Vaccines will give my dog autism. I'm not feeding my cat that. It had taurine in it. The same stuff they put in energy drinks, but taurine is an essential amino acid for cats and required in all cat food. But the one that sticks with me is my first year I worked at a Toys R Us and overheard this conversation between a pair of 40-year-old ladies picking out a baby gift. One lifts a lullaby machine from the Baby Einstein brand. What about this? It plays music by the classical music guy, Einstein, apostrophe. In regards to coronavirus, they're going to let a bunch of us die and then come out with a treatment. But they're going to let us die first. Something along that line anyway. Basically, they are using the coronavirus as a form of population control. Protesters protesting other people's right to protest. I'm against picketing, but don't know how to express it. / Hedberg. Love it. My friend and I were working on a geography project in grade 7. We were around 13. My friend showed me a map of the world and pointed at the Americas and asked me which one was South and which one was North America. That dealers who sell illegal drugs shouldn't be arrested. Even if their batch kills someone, they still shouldn't be arrested because they are just trying to make a living. Says my co-worker who works in a law firm. I literally had no idea how to respond aside from you're just saying that because the guy you're fucking is a drug dealer and you don't want to watch him get arrested for the illegal ways he's making money. She got mad at me and stormed off after. Is anyone else confused why a lawyer is with a drug dealer? She's not a lawyer. She's an assistant and she's pretty dumb. I couldn't tell you. I hope she asks her boss this question. That would be a sight worth seeing. People who think vaccinations are dead, let us thus those men on Twitter who keep going on about women having an expiration date assists. I've been arguing with people about electric cars. The stupidest argument I've seen was someone told me the government wants us to all have EVs so they can shut off our power to prevent us from driving places. He thought that the government has the power to cut all power, but not the power to stop gas from being pumped. Also, they were going to kill most of the country for reasons. Presumably they also think that contrails, frozen water vapor from jet engines at high altitudes, are the world's governments administering mind-controlling drugs to everyone via a highly visible and haphazard crop dusting scheme. Largely over the oceans. $1,000 ain't much. One yacht and it's gone. Any argument posted by an anti-vaxxer. Why are they so stupid? I mean, honestly, it's like there's a piece of their brain missing. They hear X from someone and bang. Whatever anecdote they heard first, it's instantly and immutably true. No matter what. They like feeling special. And what's more special than knowing more than a doctor? Add a healthy dosage of the Dunning-Kruger effect, and you got yourself an anti-vaxxer. A dude in my school wanted to bunk school and came up with the dumbest excuse. He said that he was getting an open heart surgery and could not make it to school on that day. Everyone felt sad for him and wished him luck. He was absent on that day, but this guy, he comes to school the very next day completely normal and also proceeds to play football and runs around the class. Yeah, this dude totally got an open heart surgery the previous. Am I right? The worst excuse I've ever heard of. Zoomer. Okay, boomer boomer. Vote a simmer. Doesn't vote a candidate that is popular with boomers win simmer. Serpra said Pikachu. JPEG. That 7 family members of her died to uncurable hospital germs. Because of that she can't get a small operation in a hospital and wants an alternative therapy. But the alternate option won't be paid by her insurance company. So she wants to sue the insurance company. Yes, we have properly insurance over her. The moon is much better than the sun because it's up at night illuminating, while the sun is up during the day when it's already bright. One of my aunts is a conspiracy theory nut and also a racist, as well as one of her daughters. So I have a few. The 9/11 planes were holograms. Lady Gaga's videos are secret Illuminati propaganda that dozens of woke YouTubers have figured out for us dumber folks. My cousin didn't vaccinate her daughter because babies don't have an immune system until they are 2. So there is nothing to protect. Vaccines have trackers, so the government knows where you are and what you do. Having a passport means you are giving up your freedom. Wi-Fi waves are just as bad as putting your head in a microwave. So my aunt would always use Ethernet cables for her internet and spend hours calling from her cell phone because those don't use waves. My cousin is not racist because she is into Middle Eastern and North African cultures. She calls Asians dirty, gross, scum and various colorful names such as chinks and ching-changs. Same cousin invented herself an immigrant's past that she doesn't have, while she actually has parents from 2 different nations, but neglects the foreign side because it doesn't fit her narrative. My aunt and cousin both argued that all the whites should be kicked out of Africa, no matter what they were doing there, because all whites on Africa are colonialist pigs who need to die. Yes, included engine goss, doctors, etc. I used to have screenshots of all the stupidity, but I blocked them both years ago now, because I couldn't deal with all the dumb. Edited to add, of course. Both of them also believe in chemtrails and think Ancient Aliens is a documentary. The reason the sky is blue is it reflects the sea. Dogs can't see through glass. In the Harry Potter films, Voldemort was played by a woman. The word tsunami didn't exist prior to the ancient tsunami of 2004. The media made it up to sound clever. Apostrophe. That last one reminds me of JJ Redick, NBA player, who said he questions the existence of dinosaurs because the word for dinosaurs didn't exist until after they discovered dinosaur fossils. Someone was saying that the media glamorizes homosexuality to help with birth control and that the government controls all media. SMH. I don't know how it works in your country, but in some countries, medias get subsidized by government and many actually can only survive in this way as they can't generate profits on their own. So they better keep up with what the government wants them to say. Some medias are even owned by friends of political people. They get a favor from them and will return the favor during elections times etc. It's actually happening. And yes, some medias have political agendas too. Regardless of where you are, there are many biased medias, including on topics like homosexuality. It's just a fact. Or maybe where I come from it is so prevalent and known. And you're lucky to live in a place where it is not. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.